What is going on, explorers? Today, we've got a special guest in the building. But before I get into that, let me go ahead and play the intro music. What is up, explorers? Before this episode begins, I just wanted to remind you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you check the link in the description below. Take you directly to our Patreon if you would like to support. You could support us for the low cost of a caramel ice cap from Tim Hortons. That's it. So if you'd like to support, make sure you go ahead, go to the Patreon link in the description below, and enjoy the episode. Peace.
Perhaps your skills do extend a bit farther than basketball.
As I was saying, my name is Dante. We are Chez Dante. And today, we got MJ in the building.
Yo. What's poppin'?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. We just, we're outside.
Yes, sir.
Sunlight.
Yes,
Enjoying
sir.
some nice herb.
Just a little bit. Just a little
Feeling
bit.
nice.
You know? A little bit. Just a touch.
Yeah, so I'm doing well. So, we got MJ here, rapper, musician,
Yes, sir. Artist. Yes.
artist. How do you like to define yourself?
To be honest, I like to define myself as an artist because I don't just cave myself into the confines of rap because like I like to write for all types of genres personally.
Yep.
Like I like to write for R&B, like funk stuff, like whatever I can like get my hands on in terms of working with somebody.
Yep.
I do anything.
Nice. Do you find, because that is a good point that you mentioned of, you know, not just confining yourself to rap and more as an artist, because that is something, as you could see in that mirror over there. Can you see what that says?
I am just an artist. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think we try and, you know, make it really bigger than what it is. But if we keep it as simple
As just being an artist,
it encapsulates everything.
Exactly, it encapsulates everything. Because like you could say Chris Brown's an R&B singer, but then you're discrediting the fact that he can paint. He can
He can dance
he can play
his ass
basketball,
off.
He can dance his ass off. You know what I mean? Like we are artists. We're not just one thing. You know what I mean? We may be known for one thing, but we can do other things as well.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you're doing?
Right now,
I heard some of your tracks. We can maybe play them.
yeah,
but
for sure.
Outside of those, like, what are some other projects or things that
Outside
you've
of
been
those
working on?
projects and stuff right now, like I like to write. Like I said, I'm more of a writer. Like I'd write for like an R&B project. Like for me, like I just need to get like the right people in the studio with me, like to give me the inspiration to write for that genre. Because like I like to work off of people's energies and vibes, and also like go off of my own inspiration and what things that make me want to write about certain topics.
So when it comes to your process, like you're saying, you like to be in that energy,
Exactly,
in that space,
yeah.
and that's where you kind of get that.
Exactly, it's where you get the flow. You know what I mean? Because if you're not in an environment that's conclusive with like creativity, like for example, like we're here, like we're Chez Dante podcast live. You know what I mean? Like the vibe is right. Everything needs to be right in order for you to have that type of energy.
I get what you're saying.
If you don't have that energy, like if I did this in a fucking cubicle, like
ooh,
you know
I tried that. Doesn't work.
Nah, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. So it's all about getting that proper environment.
Exactly.
And then you start to write. What is your writing process like?
My writing process?
How do you go about that?
Usually I like to like hear the beat, get an idea for what it is, and then I'll write around it. Or sometimes even like I write a lot. Like sometimes I'll write without the beat, and then like I'll have some lyrics that I know that, but this will sound sick on this beat or whatever. You know what I mean? I'll be like, okay, then I'll put them onto that beat.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. But more times I like to listen to what's in front of me first and then go around that, because every beat's different, every energy's different. There's different emotions for different songs, and you can't just be rapping like a gunman to a Lover Man song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it's true. I mean, sometimes, if it's done well, you know, because it can work. Like one artist that I've been really getting into, I don't know if you listen to him, Sauce Walker. Have you heard?
Yeah, Sauce Walker's tough. Yeah,
you listen to him?
Tough, yeah.
So like his music it sounds so beautiful. It sounds so angelic, and then you listen to the lyrics, and
what he's saying,
and then what he's
crazy.
saying is crazy.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like that.
He has some bars in there, and you're like, yo, like he said that.
Yeah, and it sometimes it works like that Beauty and the Beast kind of mashup, but then sometimes people just put two beasts together and think, you know what I mean? It's
Makes
not
some
gonna work.
scary still.
Okay, I want to ask you this question because, you know, I think a lot of not really podcasts, like music interviews, they might ask a question that's kind of generic, like, okay, what are your top 5 inspirations?
Top 5
but
inspirations.
I want to switch it up because we're talking about, you know, looking at yourself as an artist rather than just a rapper. So with that being the case, for your art, who is your top 5 art inspirations that could also inspire your music as well? But
like,
you know what I mean?
We're talking about like what kind of art, like
all
paintings and stuff
painting
like that?
as well, everything.
Because for me, like, I'm more of like, if I'm talking about artists, I'd say like Basquiat's interesting. You know what I mean? That's Banksy.
Yeah.
His artwork interests me. Like things like anything street art, it catches me and it makes me like want to look further into it. Yeah. Like even like you know what I mean? I get inspired by looking at graffiti on the wall sometimes. You know what I mean? Some people do certain things that I'm like, yo, how did they do that in a span of 6 hours? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, wow, like this is art, but some people might see it as garbage or like tainting the wall. I'm like, no, this is art. Like, it might not have been done in the best, you know, correct ways, but hey. They did it.
and who's to say, like, that's another thing, like, people will say, like, oh, well, you didn't do this art in the right way. But at the end of the day, we have this end product. You know what I mean?
Personally, I believe the world is a canvas, so.
Ooh, talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you gain, like, I want to say, like, inspiration and knowledge from everything that happens on a day-to-day life.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's in your office building. It doesn't matter if it's on the street. It doesn't matter if the bum stops you, ask you for $10. Like you can gain anything from anything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you see the contrast of how the world moves and how the world works, and I feel like that's what creates a lot of art.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I try and do this a lot, like you're saying, taking inspiration from everything. Like I have this term, right? Or in hip hop, we call it sampling. You know what I mean? Where it's like I like this break from this 70s disco record. I'm gonna take this 2-part section,
5 seconds, and make it into a record. You know what I mean?
So with that sort of idea, why don't we sample the earth? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like the way that this whatever does this way. Why don't I incorporate that into my own life?
And I feel like that's where like hip hop needs to include some more things, because like there's artists, like there's Foley artists. I don't know if you know what Foley is.
No.
Foley is like you record like the outside nature and things like that, and like sound effects. You could implement that into your music. You know what I mean? And
that's a good
like,
point.
Like that's why I like when I hear like street sounds is like a chorus over like at the end of a song. Like you hear like the city moving and things like that. Like it adds movement and a type of motion that you can't add musically.
Yeah, and you know what? That brings me to a producer that actually talks about this, Kenny Beats.
Yes.
He talks about adding that like layer of texture, you know, to the song.
Exactly,
so like,
it's
this is supposed to be a beach vibe, so he'll add like seagulls to the song.
You see what I'm
or
saying?
like this is supposed to be a kid's song, so here's playground, you know, whatever.
Kids walking around laughing and all that
stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like it gives that feeling to make you feel like, oh, like I'm part of this atmosphere. Like I'm here. I'm beside the artist now.
Yeah.
Opposed to he's talking to me and I'll never see this person or hear them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're in the room. You're taking in the energy, the vibe, the space, and you start to write. And you say you're writing, you know, about what you're hearing. How do you, this might be a weird question, but like, how do you decide like what words are going in? Are they coming to you? Are you just process of elimination? Do you start with a sentence that you like and build off that?
That's a loaded question, and I'll tell you why. Because the words, they just come. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what I wanted. I kind of knew that, but I couldn't.
Because for me, like it's like they just come to me. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I should just say that, because me, like with me, when something comes to my brain, I just say it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's my ADHD. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like I'll say something. I don't care how blunt it is. I don't care what the fuck I'm saying. I'm gonna say it. Yeah. So like, that's where it kind of comes from, because I'll hear a beat and then I'll be like, oh, I want to say this on this, and then I'll just say it, and then they'll be like, yo, like, that sounded neat. And then I'll go from there. I'll be like, okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, so what else can I build onto this in terms of words that will make this more cohesive? Or like, what's the topic that I'm talking about? How am I going to tie X into Y? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And on average, I know I'm getting like super into the nitty gritty, but I know that people like to hear that stuff. 100%. But like, now when it comes to like a song, do you usually like, would you say you get a song and done in one session, or are there songs where you go, you maybe write a line and you come back 5 months later, it's like, oh, this line would, you know what I mean? Like other.
And you're dead on in terms of that aspect, because for me, like I say, like more of my introspective songs that I have, like most people, they haven't heard them because I like to work on them and like perfect them and make them sound a certain way, so that way, like even like when I like try to sing, which I promise you guys, like I'm not good at singing. Like I'll look at the camera and tell you I cannot sing that good, but like I try.
But he's working on it.
I give it a shot. Like I promise you, like I'm working on it.
Yeah, 100%.
Niggas were making fun of Drake for singing Look where he is now, fam.
I know.
Look where he is now, fam. He's harmonizing to women and they want it.
It's true. Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for me, like you gotta just, in terms of like the introspective songs, when you're talking about your life, like it may be harder to like connect with some people because they won't understand that.
Yes.
Feeling.
Yep.
So that's why I try to like think of how everybody would feel in a certain aspect, and then I try to tie it together.
Yeah.
And that can be frustrating sometimes.
How so?
However, because like at the same time, I'm one person. I know how I feel. I can't know how you're feeling. Exactly. About this, how you're gonna feel. How he's gonna feel. How she's gonna feel.
True.
How they are gonna feel. Yes. We gotta be inclusive nowadays.
How them are gonna feel.
How them are gonna feel.
That's what I'm saying to you. How them I feel.
How them I feel, man. I know.
No, it's true. So when you're doing this, you're kind of, you're trying to relate to the audience, but also you're going introspective. So sometimes in that session, you might not
have that connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then like for me, like I like to like even like when I try to sing, like I'll go in the studio, I'll be like, okay, I want to write about this, and then I'll be like, okay, it's about a girl. So now I'm gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be about somebody I care about deeply, and I'll be like, so what do they do on the day to day? Like they work a hard job.
Yeah.
Do they have a kid? Do they like struggle with depression, whatever the case may be. And like, of course, I'm going to ask the people that I'm making the song about if they are okay with it. Because if they hear it and they're like, oh my God, he's talking about me. Like, they might feel a way. So like, I'm going to talk to you first and be like, yo, are you okay with me? Like, talking about this on a song. And then I won't put your name in it unless you want your name in it. But hey, like, you know what I mean? It's just something that's inspiring for me that you can draw from, and like it gives you that idea where you can create something that's not you, but you're still making art based on something that's connected to you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there, and I think that's something I think a lot of artists really need to look at. It's like, yes, you're creating from you, but it's also outside of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, it's coming from you, but it's also outside of you. And it's like, what is that thing that's outside of you?
Exactly.
That you want to.
What made you you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a good point. What made you you? I don't know. I think about that a lot. What made me
me? Like what made me me? I personally feel like is like my experience growing up. Like I'm not gonna say I grew up poor or nothing like that, but like I saw both sides of the fence. So like I understand like like people go through certain things in life, and like other people may not go through those certain things in life, and like I grew up in a privileged position to see every single aspect and what you don't want to be versus what you want to be versus where you want to put yourself in life versus where you don't want to put yourself in life, and it gave me that ability to think so broad and from every single aspect. And I have to thank my parents for that first and foremost.
100%. Now, one thing that I know you're a big fan of is making money.
Yes, sir. It's about $1 holla.
So let's talk about it. Making money. Because I think being able to make money is a very important skill.
Facts.
Right?
100%.
Now, some people, they might work for money.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they might sell a service for money.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might create a business for money.
Mm-hmm.
And other people, they might buy something, and then that something becomes more money, and then they sell that thing.
And they make it, and the value comes out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my thing is, like, you have to definitely spend money to make money. Like, that's a big thing. Like, people think you could get money off of not putting anything into something. Like, it's not gonna fucking happen, my friend. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
like, if you don't put money into something that you truly believe in, then nothing's gonna come from it.
True.
And, like,
yeah.
if, like, for example, with this podcast, you need to buy the equipment, you need to have the camera, you need to have the lights, you need to have all these things, you need to have the ambiance, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
For me, I need to have a studio time, I need to have somebody to mix and master, I need to get artwork, videos, clothes, all that shit. So, like, if I don't invest into myself or invest into something that I believe in, then you're not gonna get a return from it.
Gotcha. So the first thing is to invest in something you believe in. That's
100%.
I need like a little like ding, just put that there, you know. First, rule number one: invest in something you believe
in. Bro.
That's so
true. If you don't believe in it, then why are you putting your money into it?
Okay, so you invest in something you believe in. What's the second step?
The second step is consistency. Consistently invest into it. Like, consistently put your all into it. Even if you're flat broke, do something that will be like congruent with it. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
That aligns with it.
That aligns with it, exactly. That aligns with what you're trying to do. And if you're not going to be doing something that aligns with it, why are you doing the first thing? If you say you believe in it, you're not doing nothing that aligns with it. You're not going to be in that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
growth.
So step one, invest in something you believe in. Step two, consistency.
Consistency, 100%.
What's step three?
Step three, I would say, have faith. Have faith in what you're doing. That ties in with believing, so I wouldn't say that, actually.
I get what you're saying, but you need to have faith.
You need to have faith. Have faith in the Lord and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, if there's got to be a higher power, and if you believe in your God, your God will give you back 100-fold. Yeah, like, personally, what I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about Think and Grow Rich. Right?
Yeah.
As you can see, we have it there on the wall. If you haven't already, make sure you go read that book. Everyone should read it. But one of the chapters talks about not only investing in something you believe in, but having faith, right? Because faith is what keeps you connected to that belief.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can believe in something for like one moment.
Yeah.
But then faith would be like that fourth
as soon as reality kicks in, like, you're like, oh, fuck this. I'm not gonna do
exactly. Are you gonna drop it, or
or am I gonna drop this, or am I gonna keep pushing to see what the real outcome from this is? Because, like, imagine you die and then God shows you the perfect version of yourself, 6-pack dough with $1 million, and you look at yourself like, fuck, like this is who I turned out to be when I could have been that. Nah, like, no. Can't accept that.
Can't allow that around here.
Can't allow that, bro.
All right, so faith, and so the third is faith. What would you say number 4 is, or was it
number
fourth?
4?
What number are we at?
Our number 4.
Our number 4. Okay.
Number 4 is practice what you preach, bro.
Okay.
Practice what you're like. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't continue to sharpen your blade, you're gonna get dull.
Ooh, say that again.
You know what I mean? If you don't continue to sharpen your blade, you're gonna get dull.
I think I have a sound for that.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? If you don't continue to sharpen your blade at what you're doing, like, what do you really, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're putting yourself in a position to fail. Like, for me, like, if I didn't always write, if I don't always practice my music, like, I wouldn't. Like, people say, oh, how do you do this lyrically? How do you get to this point? Like, I just do it.
Yeah, no,
I just do it.
That is the ultimate secret.
Like, you know
literally
what I mean? Like,
is to do it, because
do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's how things get done.
And to be honest, like, I was listening to the pod like a couple days ago, and I saw a clip. You're saying you have to do it. Yeah. And if you're not doing it, why are you doing it? Like,
yeah, exactly. And literally, and that's one thing. when you start doing things, you start to see that the more things you do, right? It's kind of like what you're saying, when you have to put money in first, right? You have to put in action, right? So it's like you have to do something first, and then you get something in return.
Exactly.
And the more you start doing those things, it's like, whoa, like, you just start getting more and more in return. It's like,
exactly.
and sometimes
you don't see that return for 10 plus years. So y'all that think this shit comes overnight, it does not. I've been rapping for 10 years and I'm still broke, my nigga.
Yeah.
I still am not up. You guys don't see me no jewelry, nothing, none of that.
Yeah. It's a grind.
It takes time. It
But
takes time, patience.
Yeah.
Like, there's some nights where you don't sleep, you know what I mean? And like, you're like, yo, how the fuck am I gonna do this?
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta put your pride aside, go get a job, bro.
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 100%.
Nonetheless, like, as long as you're still putting your all into what you're doing, you're gonna see a return from it eventually.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, sometimes you'll see returns that even you couldn't see coming. Right.
Exactly,
And if for the way better, you know what I mean? Like, you might be like, oh, I want to do this so I can get this many followers or da-da-da-da-da, and which, who really cares? But then, you start, when you're consistent and you keep working at your craft, other opportunities start to pop up that you could have never even imagined. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you stop, those opportunities stop coming as well.
100, 100.
So it's like, just keep at it, keep consistent.
Yeah,
man. And that's a good point too that you bring up. It's like, sometimes it's good if you have to get a job, that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there is that like stigma of like, oh, if I want to be a true whatever,
self-made, I can't have to do it all on my own. I have to make, like, that leads you into a dark path sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, you want to go down that dark path, sure, but like, if you want to do it a different way, like, go for it, bro. Man, like, who cares how you get it? Is like, it's what gets you there.
Yeah. And
as long as you get there, that's all that matters.
And as long as you get, and once again, it's everyone's journey, I feel like, is unique to them.
Facts.
Right? So me, for example, trying to do it the way that some other person does it doesn't make sense because I'm not them. You know what I mean?
100%.
So if we're talking about alignment, like,
exactly,
I'm not even aligned with myself because I'm trying to be this dude over here.
Exactly. You can't be authentic and become who you want to be, but while trying to be somebody else.
Yeah. No, that's the main thing. Just be yourself.
What I mean?
Be
Just
yourself,
be
and do shit.
You know what I mean? Be yourself and actually fucking do it, bro. Do the work. Like
yeah.
Not everybody's gonna be happy with the outcome or what. Not everybody's your family might not support you in what you're doing.
Yep.
Your people around you might be saying, hey, yo, go do this, go do that.
Yep.
But if you are truly sticking to it, like, stick to your word, bro. Do it.
Yep. Before we start recording, you wanted to talk about this controversial topic that is the Gunna album.
Yes, I did.
I don't listen to Gunna too much. Like, I hear his music. I've listened to Drip or Drown. It's hard. But let's talk about it. Like, educate me, because I don't really know. I'm not too deep into it.
Basically, the whole thing that's going on with them right now is Gunna snitched, but
okay, wrap it up.
Negative. R.I.P. to his credentials. He's out of the game.
He snitched. Wrap it up.
Done.
We're done here.
They say he snitched.
Okay, so that's what they're saying.
I personally, like, if you actually look at what he did,
he
snitched.
Okay,
like, but like, if you're not a street nigga and you're a civilian, and like, if he is a civilian and he is what he is, like. He's just doing his civil duty, bro. Like, he's just doing his civil. He's just being a human, bro. He may make music about boom, clap him up, but a lot of these guys are persona same way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's not like authentic. Like, a lot of these artists are just that, artists. Like I said, I am just an artist.
Yep.
Like, I make art based on what I see around me. I may not be in that life specifically, but like, I'm still making art about it because that is what's going on around me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So did he go to jail, or is that
he was in jail for a little bit? Okay, and then he got out. I think it was like 8 months. But like a few of that YSL team, I like to call them Young Snitch Life now, but Free Thug YSL. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's the Thug album saying, yo, he wanted to diss him. I was like,
Diss Gunna,
correct.
Okay.
And like, to be honest, like, I think at this point it's all just a rollout. If you ask me, like,
I mean,
if you ask
this is my whole take. If we're getting controversial, that was my whole take with the Kanye situation. I'm like, this is all just a rollout. You know, Autobots rollout. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, real life friggin' consequences are coming from it.
Yes.
But like, hey, bro, like it is. That's what you put that's the hole that you dug for yourself,
right?
Like,
so Gunna snitched and he lost his street credentials, which he may or may not have had if he was a civilian.
Bro, niggas are moving like there wasn't an old video of Gunna on camera snitching, fam. Like, live. Like, you can search it up. You can go back to 10 plus years ago, him calling out a nigga on a snitch television show. So, hey, like,
okay, all right.
It's been there. Like,
okay, so it's been there. All right, so if that's been the case, then what is the issue then?
It's being blown out of proportion. But here's my thing. Niggas are still bumping R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go further into that conversation.
No, that's yeah. We'll leave it there.
I don't have to go much further into that for you to understand.
No, I get it.
Oh, you can't listen to somebody's art. You can't separate the art from the artist. Come on, stop.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I get it. So his new album dropped, and you're saying that people are hating for hate's sake just because he snitched when this whole thing is blown out of proportion?
Personally, I don't think it's blown out of proportion because real life consequences can come from it. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like Gunna's music predominantly isn't gang shoot 'em up. It's drip drown drip. I wear all this fashion. I wear all this. I do this.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that is true.
Never really like. Yes, he has a 1-2 track where he's like on that type of time, but I don't really think.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's where the majority of his popularity comes from.
Yeah, I think I have seen more of Gunna being a fashion dude than a street dude. Because I remember like one of his videos
bang a flag a day in my life. Like,
true. Yeah.
Like, he may dress street a little bit, but like
that's
it's
just fashion.
all fashion. You know what I mean? It's just he likes designer stuff. You know what I mean? He does what he does. Mm-hmm. And like personally, me, I listen to both albums. I listen to the Thug album and I listen to the Gunna album.
Yeah.
And Gunna's album no got a feature, and you could listen to that 1 to 15.
Gunna's album doesn't have a feature?
Not one single feature.
Wow. The one that we're listening to.
No, not one single feature.
Okay.
And Thug's album, I feel like low-key, like the features carried him.
Ooh,
low-key. Like, I'm not going to diss him because I love Thug's music. I love Thug's music.
Yeah,
like,
but I get what you're saying.
Like,
so on a scale from like 1 to 10, how would you rate this new Gunna album? Yeah, like where would you rank it? Like,
I'll give it a good like 8.
Okay.
But like that's just it's still new for me. Like, so I need to give it some more time.
True.
But like it's up there. Like,
yeah,
it's good. Like
lyrics wise, like, it's good.
And that's what he needed though.
Yeah.
Because like, let's be real. Like, if he came out and dropped some bullshit,
ooh,
he would have been written off for real.
Yeah, if he tried to pull like a 6ix9ine.
No. 6ix9ine's making Spanish music in Ting now. He's serenading the shotties in Latin.
No, but you're right. He came back with undeniably hard lyrics.
Exactly. And like, you know what I mean? And like, if you come back with slaps, people will forget about your past.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Very true. Okay, all right. So Gunna's album was pretty good. Who else has been dropping stuff recently that you've been into?
I'm rocking with?
Yeah.
Personally, like, let me see here. I like Neek Bucks.
I don't know who that is.
He's sick. He's from New York.
Okay.
I like, let me see here.
You can pull up the Spotify.
I gotta pull up my phone, yo.
Yeah.
Hold on, just give me a second.
We encourage that around phone, here. Because
like,
we want real live evidence.
Myself.
You know, yeah.
Myself.
MJ. You know, in the meantime, while you're pulling that up, let's play one of your tracks.
100%. Let's do it.
While you're pulling that up, let me.
The Dirk album slapped. I'm not gonna lie, that album was hard.
The Dark album.
Yeah. The Rowdy Rebel Fetty Luciano album, that one goes.
So this is
Players Ball.
Players Ball.
Yeah. Fucking around, get that foot up off the plate, dog. You were the Players Ball. Play around, get the foot up off the plate, dog. You were the Players Ball. Yeah. Where the players ball. Winners take risks and grind and get it all. We was born to ball, feel like Dame Lillard. Only star that's been holding down the squad. Players play. I'm where the players ball. I've been in the bank lately. Somewhere I ain't seen you, dog. I know a few niggas made them all soft, but ain't living comfortable. Lawyer fees and ducking the law. A lot of niggas that been wanna see him gone. Stick got one in the dome like he ain't know what safety was. Work for every dollar I've been scraping up. How you said you in the race, you can't even keep pace with us. White collar dollar, but I can't be in major.
Real quick, actually, okay. I do want to talk about this, but let's hear the list, and then we'll talk about players ball as well.
Shrimp 4, that's for sure. I'm gonna say the Rowdy Rebel and Fetty Luciano album.
Okay.
That one's called, I think, let me see here. Let me get the name of it for y'all. Splash Brothers, that one's hard.
Splash Brothers by
Fetty Luciano and Rowdy Rebel.
I thought you were gonna say Splash Brothers by
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
No, the Splash Brothers by 30 Deep Grimy and WMC Murda.
And you know what? I'll hit you with I'll hit you with something different that you guys don't think I'm gonna hit you with. The 38 Special tape, Gunsmoke. That one. That's one of them.
That one either. I'm gonna need this list, bro.
That's one of them.
So okay, that was a good one. I like those ones.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know them, but it's a good list.
Listen.
I'll listen to those.
Listen to those.
So let's talk about players ball.
Yes, sir.
We're just listening to. Tell me about how that sort of came to you and the sort of idea behind that.
Okay, so my first bar is I've been in the bank lately. Somewhere I ain't seen you, dog.
Yeah.
And cause like for me, like I'll keep it real, yo. I got a job at the bank. I work at the bank as a personal banker. You know what I mean? Like I see day to day. I see who's in the bank, and like all these niggas say they got money, but if you're not in the bank, you really got money, my nigga? You really got money?
They got bank in the treasure chest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got a couple hundred stashed away, saying they got racks, bro. Bro, stop. Just stop.
So did you write that while you're in the bank?
And to be honest, I won't lie. That bar I wrote in the bank. That bar I wrote at work. I was at work. I was just like, yo, like, these niggas say they got money, but I don't see them here. Like, they're not outside. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I was like, yo, I've been in the bank lately. Somewhere I ain't seen you, dog. And then the follow-up bar was like, I know a few niggas made them off soft, but ain't living comfortable, lawyer fees and ducking the law. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of my dogs that are out here that are on that type of time, you know what I mean? They're like, they're fighting the day-to-day struggles of that lifestyle, you know what I mean? And that, like, it ain't easy, bro. Like, you got your lawyer fees. That's gonna, like, if you make 100 bands and you have to spend 80, that ain't fun. That ain't fun. I'll tell you that right now. You're saying you're getting bread, but you're losing it. You know what I mean? That's counterintuitive to you making your money. And you know what I mean? And then like you're ducking the law. You can't put your money somewhere safe. You know what I mean? There's no security in that lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like there's also your enemies or your ops. You know what I mean? The niggas that want to see you gone. You know what I mean?
They want what you don't have. Apparently,
they want what you have, and they'll do anything to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, you know, you got to resort to things that might get you in deeper issues that we don't want to touch on.
So you're in the bank. You come up with this line. How long between you getting that line down and you recording what we just heard? Hey explorers, Dante here. Just wanted to remind you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and click the Patreon link in the description below if you would like to support. You could support the Patreon for the low cost of a caramel ice cap from Tim Hortons. So if you like to support the message, the platform, the page, go ahead and click the description below. Back to the episode.
I recorded that song within the same week, I think.
Okay.
Within the same week, yeah. I recorded that song pretty quickly. Like, I heard the beat. I was like, okay, mine. I'm going to buy it. Boom. BeatStars bought it. And then I wrote that first line. And I was like, you know what? Like, I put it down because, like, I had got busy at work, whatever. Yeah. And then, like, I went back to my phone. I was like, yo, I remember this beat. And I was at the crib, and I was just writing. I was like, yo, where the players ball. Winners take risks and grind and get it all. We was born to ball. Feel like Dame Lillard, only star that's been holding down the squad. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was the hook. I was like, yo, that's perfect. Because, you know what I mean? Like, we really take risks and we grind and we got to get it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is another, I think, topic that I do want to talk about at some point is the idea of, like, you have to take risk
Facts.
in order to
Succeed.
right? So it's like you can't just stay comfortable because then nothing ever happens.
Yeah, the most fruitful things in life comes from the biggest risks you take, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, cause like if you just sit home and stay stagnant and let the world pass you, like you'll never be aware of the opportunities that could have been afforded to you if you don't take that risk. If you don't go to this place, if you don't pull up to that podcast, if you don't go to that show, you know what I mean? You don't know who's in that room who could put you in a certain place to better yourself even.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly the point. It's like you never know. And it's like if you're afraid to take those risks and you're just chilling and you're like you're saying stagnant, the world's passing you by.
I feel like the Everest nigga, bro.
The Everest nigga?
You just sitting in your room, you watching TV, and your life's passing you by.
That guy forgot.
Like the Everest nigga, bro.
I'm like, who? Yeah. I know that guy. I seen him a bit too much when I was a kid.
Yo, fam, listen, BT days, fam. You don't remember that, bro? Just sitting watching, waiting for 106 in the park, bro.
Like, you just unlocked a deep memory. I totally forgot. I saw his outfit, the sideways
You saw the brown hat, fam.
Holy. Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you,
and that was Everest College, right?
Yes, it was, bro. They're claiming to turn people into nurses, fam.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Would you trust a nurse from Everest College?
I don't trust American nurses.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't got a bag, they'll kill you.
Ooh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Listen, I know Canada's friggin' healthcare is shitty, but like at least we got doctors that'll take care of you once you get the service.
Yeah, 6 hours later.
Yeah, 6-7 hours later, but I might die from my wounds. But like I made it struggling.
Yeah. Whereas, you got it right. Because in one of my earlier episodes, I had a dentist come on, and he was talking about the system in America versus here, right? Because he grew up here in Canada and then went to the States for schooling and all that stuff. And he was saying the exact same thing. If you have money, you're good.
Straight. You don't got nothing to worry about. You good. You can go walk into the nearest hospital and be like, yo, Fred, fix me.
Exactly.
If you're broke, you might be asked out if your fucking collarbone's popping out your shoulder.
Yeah,
like,
I know. And that's so wild because even like I remember one of my family members in New York, he was saying that he wouldn't want to take an ambulance just because of how much it costs for the ambulance ride.
Bro, it's like $4 for an ambulance ride in New York, fam. Like,
holy, I'll call an Uber before I call an ambulance. Fam,
I'll bleed out in the back of your Honda Civic before I hop in that ambulance. I promise you.
There should be an Uber ambulance service. Do you think that
Uber's
maybe
missing out on that market?
They should have like an Uber paramedic or something.
Uber medics.
Uber emergency or
emergency, fam. Uber ER, bro. Something.
Uber. You have my contact information.
Moneymakingmitch.6. I'm giving you all ways to make money. Holla at me live. I'll give you all types of service.
Uber emergency, no passengers.
No passengers.
No shared rides.
No, nothing, bro. Like, and the only rating you can give is 5 stars.
I imagine they take you to the hospital, you give them 2 stars.
Bro, listen, bro. I might throw you at the side of the street. Like, I might just leave you. Like,
you know what?
Being that guy.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, don't we have like private ambulances or?
There's a lot of private ambulance companies, but at the same time, like those aren't like.
Yeah.
A lot of those, feel like most ambulances are private.
I don't know. Like, what is private in Canada? Do we have any private companies here?
Because I do know it costs bread to like even get an ambulance here.
Not if it's from the hospital.
No.
Really?
They'll send you a bill for like $100, bro.
Damn.
I seen old people come into my bank and pay for a bill. I'm like, yo, like, what's this for? They're like, I need to take the ambulance. I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay.
This is what the world's come to? Ambulance costs money now? Like,
that's what Canada's come to.
Damn.
So you're in the bank. You're writing this song, or this lyric comes to you.
Yeah.
And you said, is this one mastered or it's not mastered?
This one's done. This one's done. I'm coming soon. I'm working on a tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We won't announce the tape, but you are working on a project.
Yes, sir. I'm working on a project. I got some coming very soon. Like, give you guys like 5-6 tracks, you know?
Yeah.
And then once I put that out, you know, just got to work on the marketing behind it and, you know, try to get the city to rock with me.
Yeah. Are you, one thing that I see with a lot of the artists out here is they really subscribe to the quantity over quality. What are your thoughts on that?
You really want to have that conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. I need like a zoom in or something, like a wide shot of me.
Derek,
like,
if you're editing this, because I finally have an editor. Derek,
like,
zoom in on his face.
Zoom in on me.
What time are we at? 39.
What time are we at? 39 minutes, something
Yeah.
like that. Okay. A lot of these niggas are putting out quantity, but it's trash quality. So why the fuck are you putting out bullshit and getting attention for no fucking reason? If you're gonna put out bullshit, step to the side and let the professionals do it the right way. And when we give you 10 tracks, you don't fucking complain because it's quality.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, I agree. Look, my take is, okay, I subscribe to my quantity will increase my quality, but I will not release that whole quantity.
Exactly. You release parts of that quantity.
Exactly.
Because, yes, you have a lot of film, but then you'll go through your tape and be like, what the fuck is this? What's
Yeah.
doing, bro?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah.
hell? What the hell's going on?
Yeah. So you're more of the idea of, if you're just putting stuff to put out, step aside, make room for the professionals.
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't be lollygagging out here.
Pretty much, yeah. Don't be here like, don't be filling up space that you don't need to be filling. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
if you're here to actually contribute to the culture, to the craft,
Yeah.
you're welcome with open arms. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna come into the game and be releasing bullshit, bro, just to fill up a space and make some money, bro, why are you here,
Yeah.
bro? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Like I'm not, and that's no disrespect to anybody, because like, yes, you're making your art and I respect that, but like, niggas are throwing paint at walls and calling it abstract, bro. You get what I'm saying? And like, that's not to be disrespectful to abstract art, but like, niggas, I'll be listening to some niggas and I'm like, what is he even saying? Like,
yeah.
Is the beat the song? Is this just the beat? That's what's supposed to make you lit, my nigga? Like,
How do you get from, like, if someone wants to, increase the quality of their art, their raps, their writing, what would you suggest to that person?
what would I suggest to that person?
Yeah.
Go and live life. Go and live life. Write what you see. Don't. That's the biggest thing. Write it. Like, get subjects down.
Yeah.
Get an idea, and then once you have that idea, formulate your opinions around that idea.
Gotcha.
And you know what I mean? And how you feel and what makes you tick and what makes you want to write about that subject.
Yeah.
And I promise you, the whatever comes from that, it'll be a lot better than the bullshit you're releasing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like you can do it any way, but at the same time, like I said, it's about quality. And I don't know who's calling me. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Oh my God, I'm on the pod. I got my people calling me.
It's
bro.
all good. It's all good.
I'm not gonna pick it up. Tell them I'm busy.
It's all good. So yeah, like,
Hold on, let me text this guy real quick.
yeah, go for it. So basically, yeah, you just wanna, like what you're saying, live some life, get some experience. Don't just be writing about randomness. Write about some sort of substance. Write about, like what you're saying, something that you believe in, something that
Facts.
relates to you, and not
100%.
just.
You know what I mean? Not just whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, my biggest thing is like what I hate seeing, and like I feel like a lot of my engineer friends will feel this. Like,
Okay.
they'll see somebody come into the booth with nothing. They won't have something written on their phone, nothing. They'll pull up a beat. They'll sit in the studio in the control room for 50 minutes of the 2-hour session trying to catch the vibe, and then they'll go into the studio and try to lay some bullshit, fam.
Yeah.
Why are you wasting your money with me and my time?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to, like, again, I'm not dissing nobody, because your art is your art.
Yep.
Do what you do. And if you feel that it's good, it's amazing.
Yep.
That may not be how other people feel about it, but this is a very subjective and opinionative thing.
But I get what you're saying. If you're gonna pull up somewhere, and people have offered their time, their service, and everything, and you pull up with zero, right? And you have, like, some people, right? For instance, like, I'm sure Snoop Dogg could pull up somewhere with no material, You know what I mean? Like he could pull out, and he's because he's Snoop Dogg, because he's lived his life, he's lived that experience. He could pull up with nothing, and he's gonna rap something.
100.
But if we don't know who you are, you haven't released nothing, you haven't done anything, you haven't been practicing or anything.
Represent yourself properly, like you know what I mean. You don't want to step into the game and then enter and then like induct yourself in on some bullshit, because then that's what people are gonna box you in as automatically.
Yeah.
You're going to get boxed in as this guy that does X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
That's just nobody really fucks with until you actually put out something of quality. Then they might give you the notoriety for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then they'll think of the shit that you did before, and they'll be like, oh, he's probably just going to go back to this. He's probably gonna release some foolishness next time around.
Yeah,
like,
next week.
you actually next week, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna put out some bullshit next week. Like he's probably gonna do something stupid on Instagram. He's probably gonna, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And niggas want to be like Ja Morant now, fam, and just keep their gun on the gram and all that shit. But like, fam, like niggas really out here busting their guns, don't have their gun on the gram. Like,
nah, I can't. Like the things like that, like cheese me to the max.
Like, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like for no reason.
You know what I mean?
Just
like,
the whole like. Why?
Like my family, like nigga, if you're beefing with a nigga, yeah, I get you could go on friggin' Instagram Live and flash a gun, but like, what are you gonna do? Shoot your phone, fam?
No, well, have you ever seen those videos? Like,
what are you gonna
have you
do,
ever seen
shoot
those
your
videos
phone?
of like, there's dudes in like Chicago or wherever, they're like Baltimore. They'll like be on like Facebook Live, be like, come through, dog, come through. Next thing you know, on the live, bow, bow, bow. They get shot up on the live.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
yo,
fam, like niggas are out here catching bodies on the live, like the police don't see it.
Oh my! Or the dudes that they are flexing all their money on the gram and
then they're flexing their location, about to get robbed, fam.
They get robbed, or the feds come and just grab them.
Grab them up, like, how did they know where I was? Bro, they knew where you were, fam.
They knew where you were.
You broadcasted it.
Yeah, you were sharing your location.
Yeah, like, bro.
Yeah, no, some people with the social media stuff and just.
I wanted to ask you, because I know you're like kind of you used to be a sports guy.
Yeah, sports.
You still fuck. How do you feel about the only 25 games for Ja Morant? You think he's gonna learn his lesson from it?
So wait, what is the suspension? I don't watch basketball
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he got a 25 game suspension.
Okay.
For
flashing the gun?
For flashing the gun the second time. He did it twice now.
Yeah.
So the first time he got like a slap on the wrist, whatever, and now the second time Adam Silver gave him 25 games.
Yeah. Okay, here's my take. If it's against the rules, don't break the rules, dog. Okay, if you want $25 million or whatever he's getting paid, I don't know. It's probably way more.
It's not illegal to have a gun where he plays.
But is it illegal to show the gun while you're an NBA employee?
If you are an NBA employee,
is it against the rules? It seems like it.
They're making it seem as such. However, like at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like, just have some couth about you. You know what I mean? Like, think logically. You're playing for a multi-billion-dollar company.
That's my point.
You know what I mean?
Holster it, dog. Like, just wait. Or just don't do it on live. Like,
put
you know
it on your side. Go to the shooting range, nigga. Like,
exactly.
Like, if you go to the shooting range, like, it's all about your scenery. You can't be outside in a car riding with your homies, like,
exactly.
with the stick, bro. Like,
exactly.
Like, no, that's not gonna fly with the NBA. But if you go duck hunting, maybe you'll get the pass. You know what I mean?
And so to answer your question, is like if
you're
that's 25 days,
you're 25, you're 24 years old, 24 years old, and you're 25 M's up. Why do you have that stick? You have security.
Yeah,
you can buy a private jet.
Chill. It probably costs you more. The fine that you have to pay now, when you could have just paid a dude to hold the stick for you.
Agreed. And like, personally, for me, I feel like that's just immaturity. But like,
yeah. Well, you know, that's part of the life experience.
You know
I hope
mean?
he
He's
learns.
Growing
Look,
up, you know, I hope he learns. Like,
I want him to learn,
like,
because,
you know what I mean?
You know, once again, not to be that dude, but these sort of things reflect on everybody.
Listen, Ja, if you don't go to the gym every single day for at least 9 hours during that 25 game suspension and come back D's, I really got no time for the fuckery, to be honest. Cause
he's never been D's though.
He's not D's, but like, if he doesn't come back, like, fam, like
I heard
Tim Hardaway level ball, fam, like, coming.
I heard he's dropping a mixtape though. What if during that time he decides, let me just do the music and then
we don't need another Sleazy Go World in the world. Shout out Sleazy Go World.
I don't
Shout
know
out
who that
Sleazy. The guy that made the track. Oh my God. What's this? Oh my gosh. Step One. You catch
he's in the NBA?
Yeah. His name's Sleazy Go World. Yeah, he's tough.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, them niggas look damn near like twins, fam. I'm not sure you're gonna drop a joint tape with him called Twinning Them. Don't drop it.
Is he still in the league?
Yes. Who?
That guy, the Step One?
Oh no, he wasn't never a basketball player.
Oh.
He was never. He's always been a rapper.
Okay. I had a question, but I forgot.
I think Lonzo Ball. You want to go make a tape? Go make a tape with Lonzo Ball, bro. Go. You know what I mean? Go rap with your basketball counterparts and with your niggas making money, fam.
Go rap with Damian Lillard.
Go rap with
and then
Damian
let him
Lillard.
body
Go rap with
you,
Dame
and
Dollar,
then
fam.
let him body you on the mic and then on the court.
Yeah. Go holla at Dame Lillard, fam. Let him show you what real rap is. Instead of you rapping up about having a stick and being this guy, nah, bro. Like, just stop. Like,
look.
Like I said, leave it to the professionals.
Yes. Yeah. Leave it to the actual street
Leave it to the people who are actually doing this. Like,
Yeah.
fam, you are established in the NBA. You do not need to release a tape.
Yeah. I mean, look. Once again, if that's what he wants to do,
That's what he wants to do.
if
That's
he
what
wants
do,
to,
bro.
Drop from the NBA, that's cool. Look, I never made it to NBA. I didn't even try. I didn't even make my middle school basketball team. I'll drop that here right now. But if that's what you want to do, cool. But don't be like, they're coming after me when you know
why are you
that's
trying to be
against
a
the
rapper
rules.
when you're already so talented at what you're already doing, and you have a promising future at that? Where you're just gonna drop it?
Well, maybe, because one thing I'll say sometimes, like, yeah, maybe he's good at basketball, but maybe he always wanted to be
a talent.
Is he? Like, his dad played basketball?
No, not his dad played basketball. I don't even know nothing about his dad, but like he is like,
like he's good for this
he
generation.
is amazing on the court, bro. Like he moves nice. Like you can't say.
But what if he always wanted to be a rapper and he never wanted to be a ball player?
Okay, bro.
But he was just gifted as a ball player. That sounds like
bro. Go release a one track, and then if people are rocking with it, we'll see where it goes from there. Okay. Don't go say you're releasing a tape on a 25-game suspension when you should be in the fucking gym, fam.
But isn't that what Chance the Rapper did? He released a tape off a 10-day suspension. Shout out to Chance. It says 10-day. So maybe Jaw drops a 25-day. Because he's like, I came up with this when I was on 25-day suspension.
What's his tape going to be? Day 25?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then
move up,
and
bro.
then he's gonna do like first day back, and it's gonna be featuring T Grizzly or whatever.
First song's gonna be Back on Court, fam. Like,
I don't know, dude. I'm coming up with these off the top.
This guy, nah.
Do you keep up with sports, or you watch basketball?
I watch basketball. I watch the playoffs.
Okay.
Denver.
The playoffs are done right now?
Yeah, the NBA is done.
Okay. I wasn't following.
Yeah, Denver outclassed every single team in the series.
Really?
Yeah, they took it home.
Is this their first?
This is their first championship. Yeah.
Sick.
So,
Congrats to Denver.
Congrats to Denver. Shout out Denver.
Who's on? I don't even know who's on Denver.
Shout out to our Kitchener brethren. I forget his name. I forget his first name. Murray.
Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray.
Okay.
My Kitchener brethren.
Nice. Okay, so he's on the team.
Yep. He's on the team. He won a ring. He deserved it after his injury and all that. I don't know why I blanked on his name. He's from the same place we're from.
Yeah, I know, right? So they're doing well. You don't really watch like any other sports?
Me, I watch football, but my team's ass.
Who's your football team?
My football team is the Texans. We got a couple good picks, but I don't even want to talk about them, bro.
Okay.
They just they just depress me, fam. We had all the keys to win and we lost.
And they fumbled it? Literally?
No pun intended. They fumbled it. Dead ass. They fumbled it.
How so?
Brother, I don't even want to get into it.
Okay, we don't have to.
I don't even want to get into it. Just search up Deshaun Watson. That's all I got to say.
Texans know.
Yeah, they know.
I'm me personally, the main sport that I've been deep into is mixed martial arts.
Okay, that's tough.
Combat sports.
Yeah, I like combat sports as well, like MMA and all that.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fighter right now?
Ooh, my favorite fighter. Here's the thing.
You like boxing?
I want to like boxing, but it's corrupt as. You know what I mean? it's corrupt.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because it ruins the sport.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I would like it if it's supposed to be the sweet science and da-da-da-da, and, because I like that. But then you could be as sweet science as you want, and then the judge is like, oh, well, I got 50 racks in my back pocket, so this guy wins.
Yeah,
so then what is the whole point of this?
There's no point in the fight still. But, like, at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, bro, people will do anything for a bag. That's why.
Yeah, no, that is very true. But, so that's, like I said, I would like to like boxing. Because I like combat sports, so I like the boxing part of it. But then the actual money part,
to be honest,
rigging
who I've been watching that I really like in fighting, and like this is like MMA, is Israel Adesanya, bro.
Yeah,
that guy,
yeah.
And like,
shouts out to Izzy.
You know what I mean? He's different, bro.
Yeah.
He's sick with it. I rock with him heavy.
Yeah, he's sick. He's
sick. Bro, like when I saw it from the meme, but like when he dropped in front of the guy he beat up.
That wasn't in front of the guy he beat up.
He did it in front of his son, bro.
Yeah.
He violated him, fam. Like, I was
that's
dying.
karma,
I
you
couldn't
know.
believe he
That's
did
what.
that.
Do unto others what you don't want them to you, or whatever.
Hey. The kid deserved it because he was violated in the fight before. However, yo, I
thought it
love
was
that.
hilarious.
I love that type of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You do it to me, I'm gonna do it right back 20 times worse.
And that's the thing, right? He did it on like a way bigger stage, right?
Yeah.
And the stakes were way higher.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
the fact that the UFC gave him the grace to do that is amazing. You know what I mean? When you have the freedom to do that in your sport, it's great.
Have you seen his other celebrations?
His celebrations.
Did you see the one where he beat Paulo Costa?
Which one? What was that one? I think I missed that one. I think I missed that one. Yeah. Cause I don't watch all the fights. You know what I mean? But like, I'll catch the clips or something like that. But like for me, like I do like watching the fights whenever I can.
Let's just say Costa got bent over.
Fight.
Literally.
Fight. Where's the lighter, fam?
He got
fire for that.
And that was
Israel. You're wrong for that.
Yeah.
You're wrong for that. Fire.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious. But you know what? I will say Israel's probably one of my favorite fighters. I watch him. I like Leon Edwards. You know, shouts out to my Jamaican brethren, Al Jamaican. You know, those guys. I always got to root for the Jamaicans. I also always have to root for the Dagestanis, just because
that's how it goes.
That's just how it goes. If I want to keep my money where it's safe.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say Leon, Aljamain. You know, one of my all-time favorite fighters. He recently retired. His name was Uriah Hall. I don't know if you remember him.
Yes.
He has my favorite spinning heel kick, spinning back kick, whatever, spinning heel kick to the head knockout of all time, right? The only issue, it's not even an issue, but that was my favorite knockout of all time.
Yeah.
But then ever since that knockout, I personally feel like he was gun shy because it was such like a crazy knockout.
It was such a dangerous kick. Like,
yeah.
bro, that kick could kill you for real. Like
that's what he thought he killed somebody. You know what I mean?
So
like
that's crazy.
Crazy.
So like, that type of stuff could traumatize you, you know? And like I feel like he probably got affected by it. He probably felt like, God damn, I could do that to somebody with just my hands and my limbs.
Yeah. No, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like like I'd be shook from that if I put somebody on the ground from by boxing them with my foot, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like
it's crazy. I don't know. I would say those are my favorite guys. I'm thinking I'm going through the weight classes in my head, but I would say those are some of the top guys that I like.
Did you watch the Tank fight?
I did.
I lost a lot of money on that fight.
You bet on Ryan Garcia?
To be honest, I bet on him winning. I bet on Tank winning in the 6th round and he won in the 7th.
Oh, okay. Well, that's I would bet on him winning.
I was kind of tight, but like it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a little bit too specific. And once again,
and like if I caught that would have been
caught that.
I was close though.
You know what?
I was close though.
Yeah.
So you
dude,
know what
do you
I mean?
still win any money on that,
Nah,
or
you don't win nothing.
Damn. Yeah, I would. This is the thing. I would just pick who's gonna win, and even then, once again, with boxing, because it's so rigged, you can never actually know. You know, aside from like when it's, for me personally, when it was Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia,
Yeah.
off boxing skill, I knew for a fact Gervonta had it.
Facts.
Right? But because because Ryan Garcia's,
Garcia gave him some shots.
gave him some shots. Okay. But he's more TikTok famous. He's more viral famous. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they might have pushed him more. They would have wanted him to win more because they know he could bring in more money in the future.
Yeah.
But because Gervonta stopped him, we don't have to go to the judges. So I'm like,
nope. Gervonta just put him right down. So
yeah.
I wish I capitalized on that one, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I said, money on money.
Yeah. Usually at the end of these podcasts, I like to end it off with 2 things of gratitude.
Okay.
What are 2 things? It could be any 2 things in this whole universe. What are you grateful for today?
Grateful for family, and I want to say grateful for having a supportive, caring team behind me who want to see me win and want to see me do the right things in life.
Nice.
And people that have cultivated in my life that I feel that are important, that are, define me. I live in a way where they make me want to be better.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what I'm grateful for, because
Nice.
if I don't know what I would do without that group of people behind me.
Yeah, no, I feel that. For me, 2 things that I'm grateful for.
Music too.
Music, of course. Well, actually, okay, that's a
like
good
I'd be
point.
dull
Because I
without
was gonna
music.
say, one thing that I'm grateful for is, and it could be music, but I was gonna say whatever force moves me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like whatever that is, whatever's moving me, whatever, if it's my interest or whatever, I'm thankful to that force. And it could be
Agreed.
music, you know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly,
I like to dance. Music makes me dance.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be music. So I'm grateful for that. Another thing that I'm grateful for is I would also say people. The people that are around, the like-minded people, the people that they're here, they give you new ideas, or maybe
Inspirations and all that.
inspirations, especially inspirations that you draw things from them, they take things from you, you help each other, mutually beneficial relationships and stuff like that. That's another thing that I'm grateful for. So yeah.
And you always got to be thankful for and grateful for family and God, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Got to keep God first, you know?
Always. Where can the people find you, MJ?
You can find me on Instagram at moneymakingmitch.6. I am MJ. I think let me go find my TikTok, because I don't even use TikTok like that no more. But I'm going to start posting on there more frequently. My TikTok is, it is Iam.MJ6. That's another one. And then, just Money Making Mitch _6 on Instagram. Just holla at me. You got a lot of projects coming out for you very soon.
Dope. And you guys could, you already know, follow me at CHEZDANTE on Instagram and YouTube and Patreon and Spotify. Maybe Apple Music. I don't know if I'm on there yet.
You can find me as MJ under there. I got Thief in the Night out right now. I got AMG Music out on all streaming platforms.
Awesome.
And then for my Instagram, it's spelled MONEYMAKIN Mitch. What was it? Money Making, and then Mitch, all one word.
Yeah.
_6.
There we go.
My apologies.
All right, let me go ahead and play this outro music. Until next time.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
What's up, explorers? Hope you enjoyed the episode. Just a reminder, once again, if you haven't already, go ahead and check the link in the description below to join our Patreon. There you'll find exclusive behind-the-scenes content that's not for the YouTube, just for the Patreon, just for those that want to go that next step further and support the page. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would like to see, if you have any topics. But topics is for the Patreon members only. So go ahead and check out the Patreon. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Later. Peace.
Further.
I'm sorry?
You said my skills extend farther than the basketball court. Farther relates to distance. Further is a definition of degree. You should have said further.